Okay, apparently we should be live right now. Oh no, what have I done? Am I live? I don't think I am. Oh no, I am. Okay, all right. Live on YouTube. Am I live on Twitch though? Twitch does not look like it is live. No, so something's wrong there. Let's see. Twitch. Twitter. Do we have any viewers currently? We have some viewers. Why isn't Twitch streaming? Gonna start a stream on Twitter. Let's see. All right. Who is there right now? Announce yourself. Okay. We're live on X, live on YouTube. Twitch is still cooked though. So I'm going to have to test this later, I guess. Why it didn't go online. Hello, Rinsler. Hello, Jam J. Jam Jam. Hello, Sensei. Hello, Alex. What is Kimmy's swarm concept? I've never heard of it. Okay, so let me show you guys something. Okay, I think I can show you. I think I can show you. Desktop. All right, so we've got my stupid face there. So I have made a little streaming proxy here in this window. Make it bigger. It's not showing any chat messages because the YouTube one is going to retry in half an hour, which is ridiculous. So I need to fix that. But I have 3 targets here. We've got YouTube Live, Twitch, and X. Now, X is working. I don't have the chat open for X. I should probably... Okay, I have a live chat here. That's fine. But I probably need to like pop this out somehow. And then we've got YouTube chat going on here. But Twitch is dead. Why isn't it sending data to Twitch? There's something wrong. We have 0 views on X. That's fine. No problem. The current bit rate is lower than the recommended. Oh no. Is it lagging? Sending out the... Oh no, it's actually my... I'm only sending 2,500. Okay, I think it's better now. My whole streaming career was 0 people. So yeah, I vibed up this this little control thing with all my settings and whatnot, it's supposed to be sending to all three. I might kill it because it looks like. Is it laggy at all? I've got a warning here. Open widget. Okay, stream status is good. So I think it was just temporarily I was not sending enough data to. Basically, I'm sending the data to an instance in a cloud provider, and it's then sending it out to all of the other streams. So I guess I'll have to figure out why Twitch wasn't working later. I do have it configured here. It's enabled. The stream key is there. Maybe I've just I've messed up something here. Doesn't matter. So I'm gonna get rid of this probably. Gonna bring the chat for YouTube down here. What's my least favorite thing about JavaScript? The whole language? I don't know. What do I not like about JavaScript? It just seems painful to write. It's got a lot of the downsides of Python, and like what advantage does it have really, other than it runs in a browser? Like, if JavaScript didn't run in the browser, would anyone use it? That's my question. You know what I mean? Would anyone use it still? So what we're doing today is I'm continuing on from last time. Why is my tab not working? Okay, new window time. Last time, in case you didn't see the recap, we built a web server with Phoenix, and we. How do I? Okay. And I can go ahead and run this web server. And it's pretty nice because whenever I make changes, it's going to just reload this thing. It's pretty cool. Jarvis, roll the flashback. Is it from a security standpoint or just the way it works? I really don't enjoy writing it. So let's think about JavaScript for a second. It's kind of like Python in that nothing is typed, and you've got exceptions. So I already feel like just those two things are pretty concrete downsides. But then I don't have a way to, like, what's the upside that counterbalances that? And the one thing I can think of is it runs in the browser. So I need a second thing to counterbalance it. And you could say, oh, but TypeScript adds types to JavaScript. Well, does it? You've still got any. So kind of doesn't, right? Now, what was the thing that I wanted to do? Okay, so I wanted to. All of my questions come from zero coding experience. Ah. I love hitting my head in the wall every day. JavaScript, I love it. True. First vibe-coded app was a Tory Rust app. How did that go? So we have our little app here. Gonna duplicate the tab, move this down here. So we've got this kind of working. I think the next step that I wanted to do was to get it deployed to my blog. So I need the server on a cloud instance, and then I need a little client onto my blog, I suppose. So two things. Got to go to my blog repo, and just going to get Codex to do this part. Sockety thing. It was sockety thing, wasn't it? Yeah. Sockety thing. I have app.js, and in there I'm using Phoenix to connect to a presence server, right? I am doing that, right? Where is the actual, so it's slash socket, so it's on whatever the server is. That's not going to work. It's going to need to hit the cloud VM. I suppose you have one cloud instance for all your server projects. Should be able to handle it. Maybe, because I don't want to overload it too much, because I am streaming to that cloud instance right now. So maybe I should make a second one. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a second one just for this. And how I'm going to do that is with this little console here. Continue. Do I need to do like two-factor crap? All right, cool. So I'm probably just going to create another. Maybe what will I do? Maybe use Pulumi to just add another instance here. I think yes. I'll do that. Someone told me that I should have made your app in Lua. Why Lua? Hello, hello. The Greeks have arrived, apparently. Okay, so in Sockety thing, I have app.js, and in there I'm using Phoenix to connect to a presence server. I want to take this code, that code, and add it somewhere into my blog here, which is a static site made with Zola, but have it connect to a cloud instance that I have. Yeah. Supply domain name when I have it. And so then I'm going to have to go into, let's go into stream infra, just for now. From the outside, the language hate sounds like people liking Ford or Chevy or Dodge. You have no idea. That's interesting. Language hate. It's kind of like people hating on programming languages. It's kind of like people hating on spoken languages, like saying that like people hate on English, for example. I guess it's not a great analogy, is it? Is Proton private if it's free? You can pay for Proton if you want, but you can also pay for Google Mail, and I think they still analyze your emails. What do I think of Gmail versus Proton? I don't know. I think they're kind of the same, to be honest. Tutanota is better. I was actually thinking today about setting up my own mail server, but then I don't know if I want to do that. So in here we have some Pulumi code in main, and I'm thinking, you have Proton $5 subscription, but Tutor gives me more domains and is cheaper. Docker mail cow server comes pre-made. Fumbled your first Rust system engineer intern interview. What did they ask you? What were the questions they asked you? Give us the gossip. This repo deploys one server. That server sets itself up with dynamic DNS. I want to make a second one. We are going to deploy a Phoenix web server on there from another project on my PC. I still need to set up. You just signed up for Vultr? Hopefully it's better than Hetzner. Well, Hetzner is, I think, in Europe, whereas Vultr has, they have a data center in Australia, so it's better. It's nicer for me. Tokyo internals. Tokyo internals for an intern position. And Rust vec type in-depth memory model. What do you mean by that in-depth memory model? What did they want to know about vec and memory? They're not primarily in Australia. They have data centers all over, but they have one in Australia, which is what I need. What did they ask you about Tokyo internals? Why would they ask you that in an intern interview? That's crazy. I would never expect an intern to have read the Tokyo codebase, you know? Did Google catch up in agentic coding? I really can't tell the difference between any of the models, to be honest. Okay, so it says here that it has integrated the presence server. So we'll have in here, we're going to add our configuration there so we can deploy that. And then ignore my NeoVim error messages. We have just one big piece of JavaScript in here, wrapped in parentheses with parentheses on the end. Requesting permission to read a whole bunch of my environment variables. Why is it doing that? Why would I give it my secrets? Why do you need my secrets? Don't you trust them? if I told Sol to build this whole thing for you versus Gemini 3.6. But the problem is, every model is bad at just one-shotting things. So you have to do an iterative approach. You have to do quote unquote agentic engineering where you plan, execute, and inspect over and over again until it produces the correct result, right? So whether you do that, say with Sonnet 5, Gemini 3.6, Codex, Sol, or Terra, or whoever it is, you're still like the differences are so marginal because you're not just one-shotting it. Anyway, what's it saying? I apologize. Since we're deploying the second server, need to create a new stack. Okay. I don't want a second stack. Just chuck it in the existing. It's fine. Sol is a leap and bound farther than Gemini. But what do you mean? Like, how do you quantify that? It's a leap and a bound, which means it can do what? You wonder if the reason it's so bad at correctly one-shotting the result is because LLMs aren't deterministic. It's always random, and their neurons, so to speak, fire in different directions every time. I think it's because I think the reason why you can't one-shot anything is because there's so much ambiguity that in order to create the result that you want, you need to like put the picture together, build the, you either write the whole spec right at the start, which is stupid, or you do it incrementally. Take it from someone who has to ask AI to change padding. The difference is noticeable when you don't know what you are doing. Sol set up the whole multiplayer feature of my canvas in one shot. Tested it and everything. I'm pretty positive that I could get Gemini to like set up this Phoenix project in one go, probably. I'm guessing what you're describing is a little bit more complicated though. Gemini can barely add to a complex project without ruining everything. I don't know. I haven't experienced that. I'm going to be honest. Pulumi config set stream infra servers blank Phoenix. Stream infra servers blank Phoenix. Call the other one something relating to RTMP proxy? I think it's trying to name them. Wait, it's trying to get the secrets again. Why do you need to read the secrets? They're looking for very specific expertise, async knowledge, good understanding of Rust memory model. After all, their product was backend. Okay, but you applied for an intern position. So were they going to pay you a lot? Were they going to pay you a full salary? If they're looking for someone with specific expertise, that looks like they want a full-time employee that has professional experience in the field, not an intern. So I don't understand why they would expect you to have that knowledge. They should be teaching you that knowledge. The chance that the implicit assumptions of the model answer perfectly align with your assumptions regarding the ideal solution in your head are just small. Indeed. I had to build a CI/CD pipeline with Fable 5 to get Gemini 3.1 Pro to be consistent at all. Can you tell us what Elixir is in 2 lines? It's a programming language. Refactor the Go code instead so that all secondary servers automatically reuse the master secrets from the root configuration. This completely bypasses. Yeah. The infrastructure code now supports deploying multiple out of the exact same stack. By default, it deploys whatever is configured in Stream Infra servers. I set Stream Infra servers to blank Phoenix. State repositories. Well, let's see what it did exactly. Application infra. Oh, what is this? Blank file. I'm guessing I don't need that then? Gemini is amazing at refactoring. 3.5 is stupid fast. Oh, okay. Am I working anywhere at the moment? I am actually working at an Australian company at the moment. After you make your project, it would be fun to use different LLMs to try to one-shot again. The problem is that this project, it's not so much making the app. Making the app was easy. It was actually super easy. It's more this stuff. I suppose I could I could have started an LLM one directory above and said, okay, the Phoenix web server's in here, my blog's in here, and my infra is in here. One shot it. But, you know. So it is getting this server's configuration. And that's from in here. State repositories, servers, blank and Phoenix. State repositories, Phoenix web server. No, we don't have that. Do goal with Sol. I've done that. I did that earlier today or yesterday. What is this? Oh, wait. What is this? What is application infra? What is it? What did it make here? My fans just spun up compiling that. 5 to create, 1 to replace. So it thinks it's going to replace the VPC and what? It's going to create this Phoenix instance. RTM pmux. Instance ID. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't feel confident that it's going to do the right thing. Maybe, okay, here's what I'll do. Let's go back to sockety thing. And yeah, update, fine. And what I'm going to do is see if I can just drop a single executable. I don't know if Elixir compiles into one binary. Let me see. Let me see this. Codex. Does Elixir or can this Elixir project to a single binary? And if so, then I think I create a repo, or maybe I just upload it somewhere. It's saying it's a good candidate because there are no database layer or external persistence requirements. What would that have to do with making a single binary? One distributable executable is practical, but it is a self-extracting release. You reckon I'd need a juicy resume? You thought about applying for applied AI position at OpenAI, but you feel like that's giving up on yourself. Explain. Okay, so we have a library called Burrito. Cool. Make a burrito. They just want proof you can make stuff. I had a burrito like 20 minutes ago. Where is the config? Here it is. So we're gonna do what? HTTPS deploy dot this. Gonna look at this. What's this? CDN. Oh, okay. We've got a Phoenix script here. Cool. That's cool. Presence.css. And then we're also putting our own JS in there. What was in it? Chicken rice, sour cream. You want to own your own business or go swimming with a cement brick, basically. I agree. I would love to have my own business. I'm having trouble with ideas. I think what I might have to end up doing is just find someone else's business and just copy it. And someone that's like making good money, go copy their business and make it faster and better. I told you I had an idea so long ago. I know, but then I thought more about that idea and I kind of like couldn't really figure out how it was going to work, you know? What am I good at? What am I good at? You're full of ideas. It's a good problem to have. So share it and you can help me figure it out. Well, let me ask you something. You guys are aware that there's been supply chain hacks, right? How would you fix that? How would you fix it so that no one ever has to worry about some malicious package coming through the supply chain and owning their whole company? How would you do that? Because so far in the wild, what I've seen, we have this funny situation where we've had probably the last few years, everyone in security, IT security, has been telling us you must update every package. Everything must be up to date. Otherwise, it's insecure. The attack vector is huge. You're going to die. And then supply chains started getting hacked. So it's like, yes, please update to the latest, which has malware in it. So now what's the conflict? It's like I need to patch, but it's not safe. So I just lag how quickly I patch. Is that a solution? That's not a solution. You pin your packages, but then what if a CVE comes out? You have to patch, right? It's actually not true that you have to patch. If you actually read the release notes of when something is patched and there is no attack vector, you don't have to patch it. Let packages live in an isolated environment. But you need to use these packages in your application, and your application can't be isolated because your customers need to access it. So what do? Do you have like a sandboxed environment where you run all of your like integration tests and you see if there's any like suspicious network calls or files being read or stuff like that, or system calls happening? Is that what you do? Do you sandbox and try to test it? Great. Now what happens when the malware has a timer on it which only runs 2 weeks from now? What do you do then? Like, if the people making malware are not stupid. People making malware probably work in security. Why can't you just set up a Docker container like clean room? I know, but like, I guess what you could, well, if I was the hacker, I would want to make the malware be asleep for a while, like be dormant for a little bit. But then what if the sandbox had an accelerated time? So you could like you could jump ahead time to like a year in the future, and then the malware triggers, and then you can find it that way. But then what's the next thing? What if they're so patient? Oh, it's a great concept, but right now these guys are getting phished and stuff. What malware has come out recently that is time released? I haven't heard of any, but I'm just saying, like, because right now the response to the supply chain attacks is don't update straight away. That's the plan. That's the tactic. Is lag the patching cycle a little bit so that there's like a little bit of time that allows for it to be discovered that there's malware before you've patched all your stuff. Like, there's a bunch of NPM supply chain hacks, right? Where if you just so happen to update some packages, you were unlucky, you got screwed. But if you didn't, it saved you. So naturally, people are going to think, well, maybe I shouldn't update straight away. But then what if a critical CVE comes out and you have to? What do you do? Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Sunburst had a 2-week dormancy. Did it? Sunburst. I hadn't heard of that. Sunburst malware. It's a backdoor. Was that recent? Looks like 2021. But yeah, so I guess you can catch those dormant ones by maybe accelerating a clock in a sandbox. But I don't know. What if they remain dormant until a certain date? But if you skip over that date, it never triggers. So like, you could advance the clock by several years to get rid of like a 2-week timer, for example. But what if it's like the malware only activates on the April 1st? at midnight UTC? Like, what do you do? Half the time, npm packages have vulnerabilities with no available fix. Well, that's the thing, right? Because you can have CVEs, but if you read the CVE and there's no attack vector, it's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, give you an example. When I was at Atlassian, we had a pretty aggressive and strict schedule for updating packages because we were in regulated environments, and sometimes you'd get a CVE for Bash or YAML, and it's like, so YAML had a lot of vulnerabilities, and people kicked up a big fuss about it because it can execute arbitrary code, but no one is accepting untrusted YAML. Has anyone ever seen a web app that accepts YAML from the internet? Well, actually, no. Now that I think about it, GitHub does that, and so does yeah, kinda. Yes, they do. But surely you can detect certain coding patterns that are definitely malicious automatically. I'm sure you can do that to some extent. Yeah. In the end, these are just simple automated scripts. New CV tomorrow. No, that's long patched. That's patched ages ago. They fire you because you're white. I don't think that came into it really. What's this thing doing? Is it still like it's still trying to get the burrito running? So let me think. Let me think. We're gonna have I don't need to draw this actually. I don't need to draw this at all. From 1 to infinite. Yeah. Why Elixir? Why Elixir? Because it's got particular libraries that are really good for what I'm doing right now. Okay, so run it with secret base, blah, 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 socket thing. Okay, do I have a Git repo for this? Kubernetes API server accepts YAML content. Yes, it does, but the vulnerabilities I'm talking about, they've been patched a while back. I'm just going to create a repo for me to push this to. Am I writing a book? No. What AI tools am I using for coding these days? I'm using everything. Yeah. Bad behavior is not accepted. Is monitoring operational support working cloud infra environment good for freshers in IT? Am I sponsored? No, I'm not sponsored. Okay. Commit and push to make this a Git repo. Origin this. Image. I don't. There's no image. that. Commit and push to master branch. What's the next watch purchase? I think I'm good for a while. So actually, I have 4 watches right now. I only ever wear one of them. If I was an AI company, I would be giving someone like you unlimited credits. Stream how you normally do, just you only use our model and build cool stuff. That's interesting. Oh, apparently... Wait. You don't need to use GH. Just use Git. Mechanical? Yes, I have 4 automatic mechanical watches. Yep. Yes. You're also, for lack of a better term, the gateway drug. It seems for people that are hand rollers looking into using AI. You think so? I've got a Seiko, I have 2 Breitlings, and I have 1 Frederick Constantine. Constant? Yeah. How do I pronounce? Frederick Constant. I don't remember what it's called. Let's look. I thought you were talking about keywords. No. It does have a moon phase. I'll find the one that it is. Let me see. It's this one. Heartbeat moon phase date. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's nice. I like the bracelet on it. Very nice bracelet, polished. The other Breitling that I have is the... which one is it? It's not Chronomat, it's Top Time, I think. Wait, is it Top Time? Yeah, it's this one. With a metal bracelet. You want to hear something real painful? Here, it's 9,000 Australian dollars. I think I paid... I think I paid 10. Grand Seiko? I'm not really a fan of Grand Seiko. I don't see the point of Grand Seiko over just regular Seiko, to be honest. Yeah, it looks cool, but it's at least 10 grand, I was gonna say. You can get that for $60 on Canal Street in New York. You would like to vibe code this watch? Yes. Vibe code the entire machining process and everything. That would be entertaining. Add GitHub Actions workflow to publish the burrito to the release artifacts. Yeah. Could just ask Gemini what to do if it's all machine. Mechanical watches will appreciate in value. In 100 years, they will be rare. Yeah, well, supposedly. I guess it depends on the watch, right? Grand Seiko mainly because of spring drive. Oh, it's titanium as well. Interesting. You want a sundial on your wrist. I don't think that would work, really, would it? Portable sundial. How are we going? Is my stream still up on X? It is. Still 0 views on X, and of course no messages. I wish I could take this sundial with me. Yeah, it's the original watch. That's true. Um, so apparently KubeCon has been organized for November this year in America. Are we sure you're live on X? Really? It doesn't say anything? Let me check my profile. Let me check this. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't actually show anything on my profile, does it? Let me show you what I have. Let's move this to a new window. How? Move tab to new window. Sweet. Okay. So more, create a studio, live studio. I have this here. It has 6 views, but no one's stuck around in there. We've got a replay happening. Past. It says past. Playback isn't available right now. Oh, so my stream on X maybe died? Let me see this. That's the URL for it. Yeah. Apparently it's dead. Let's see what happened here. Active connections 3. I don't know. I need to add more diagnostics here apparently. It kind of sucks. Public, Sydney, replay start. It's got this button here. But yeah, I don't know. Ask Sol to fix it. I will do that later. My stream proxy isn't showing on Twitch or X. Literally. Literally. Anyway, it's kind of awkward to test because I have to go live to test. Like, okay, so now we have. Is it pushed? Commit and push. You do it on an alt account. That's what I should do. Damn, I'm an idiot. Okay, so we've got the thing pushed. We should have an action running in a sec. Oh no, we have to, let's see. We have a workflow. I'm going to create a release. Tuning in from India. Trying to speed run design patterns. Which design pattern are you on right now? Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so we're installing Zig. I guess that's to make a single binary. That's cool. Build executable. Burrito build. Publish a GitHub release. I hope it's not going to override the release. I hope it's just going to add the file. I just realized I didn't continue my math studies since 2 days. Should probably get onto that one. You know what Zig is. Just asking, is cloud support role a good step in career? If that's what you want to do. The builder pattern. I am familiar with the builder pattern. It's a very nice pattern. What's it saying? Warning. Okay, that's fine. Still going. Files being packaged. Archived. Okay. AI actually made me money. It found a Spotify bug. Oh, that's cool. Nice. I guess unorth endpoints were meant to exist. Interesting. How much did you spend on tokens? Good question. Well, $100 should cover a few months of subscription, right? Grok system design, system prompt, dumping client side is by design. Where did you find that? So on the actual Twitter website, you found those bugs? Okay. Do we have a release now? Yes, we have a release. Okay. Now I need to go back to where the infra is. Hold on. Let me think about this. Oh, hello. My wife is in the chat. All the voice model prompts, everything. Any reason you use Vim over a code editor? Vim is a code editor. 500 million tokens? Damn. I don't think I've ever used that many tokens in my entire life. All right. So I need to look at this crap again, see what server is going to get created. Yeah, 500 million tokens is crazy. 4 billion with GBT alone. That's crazy. So what do we have? I'm just going to, I wonder if I'll blow up my infrastructure if I do this. Let me see. I am worried that if I deploy this infrastructure, that I am going to kill the stream, basically. Because, yeah. We have to change this. Let's just see what Codex says about that. What are you building with 4 billion? A spaceship software. $20 and about a billion resets from Tebow. What's Tebow? Hide the watch shopping. The wife is around. What's going on here? Who's saying Ayo? Glenn, and there's two Glens in here, and both of them are saying Ayo. What's happening? What's going on here? Twins. Yeah, their profile pictures almost look the same, but maybe that's just because the text is so small. One of them is a parrot, and the other is. It looks kind of like another parrot to me. I did not create Jira. What's this say? Preview the stack in JSON mode, suppress progress. Okay. In the meantime, I'm probably gonna, let's see. I think I can deploy this one out. Add presence client to the site. Kind of scary. Does Wifey own a watch or two as well? Yes. She has. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, these are cool. Category. No. How would I even find it? It's none of these. Let's look at everything. Rizla. I'm not a bug bounty hunter, but I found real bugs. I'm not a coder, but I built a real app. Nice. Gender. Women's. Band material is leather. It might be this one. Or it might be this one. Not that one. Yeah, it's this one. Why do I prefer Linux over Mac OS? This is a desktop computer. Okay. Copy link. Let's say, do not deploy this stack as is. The read-only preview shows 5 new resources. That replacement can destroy the current server, change its public IP, and lose any data stored on it. The fix is to ignore user data on existing instances. It's only consumed when an instance is created anyway. Okay, let's ignore the user data then. Also, I need the Phoenix one to download this server binary. Oh, wait. No. I'm going to set something up. Sockety thing. Add a salt state in here. Salt stack state in here. Similar to RTMP. Oops. No. I think it's RTMP manager. Let me see. Yeah, RTMP manager. What has happened here? Help. Okay. Which installs the release that gets uploaded to the repo. Get actions. This repo will then be used as a state somewhere. B. Diddy dropping 10 memberships. Let's see, did my wife get a membership? No. Nice. What should I have a question for everyone actually. What should I do with memberships? Like I suppose I'm not putting out so much stuff that I would have members only videos. I have one members only video. And it's not really a super relevant one. You know what I was thinking of doing was to, when I release videos, to make them members first for like a day or two. So members get early preview of the stuff. Have I watched Silicon Valley? No, actually. I've only seen clips of Silicon Valley. Ask me anything streamed for members. That's a cool idea. Yeah, that'd be cool. Actually, that'd be really cool because half the time when I'm thinking of streaming, it's actually kind of tough because I need to have something that I'm going to like work on. Streamers already asked me anything. Yeah. Well, so maybe what I could do is ignore chat in the regular streams and then move all the question answering to the Q&A streams, and then I might actually be able to get stuff done. A stream where I look at projects and roast them. Also a very good idea. Let me write these things down. Good ideas, everyone. Very cool. Q&A, reviews. What else? I don't know about roasting. I mean, maybe it'd be nice to actually roast people. Send my personal projects. Give quick advice. If I was going to do a review stream, yeah, probably like maybe collect up a few, like 5, and then do like 20 minutes on each or something like that. Or maybe a bit longer. 20 minutes is not that long to review someone's whole project, you know? What's my current role right now? I'm in a kind of senior backend type role at the moment. B Diddy, you might not need to give me anything because if that type of stream shows up next time, I'm running to pay for a subscription. Purgatorial role. Yes. Sometimes harnessing human ideas is better than letting machines do everything. What was that in response to? Why don't you ask ChatGPT, how can I leverage YouTube membership? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but LLMs are crap with coming up ideas like that. Like, has anyone actually been satisfied when, let's say you go to Fable 5, the best model there is, apparently, and you ask Fable, like, what's the best business to do right now that will make me heaps of money? And like, here's my resume, so you have some context on what my skills are. It's so bad. It can't. It's like it comes up with these fantastical ideas that are just never going to work in reality. Because business is hard. I don't think it can. I don't think you can ever really get a guaranteed answer of like what's going to be successful. You just have to try stuff, I guess. Hello, the roaming gentleman. Enjoy your membership. Were you gifted a membership by B Diddy? Yes, you were. You were indeed. GPT-5.4 was giving me whole business ideas literally, and the 90-day plans for it. Were they good though? Let me see this. README. I don't want any README. You can show some to me? Have they made money? I'd be interested in the prompt. So we have some folders, environment, system D, we got caddy in here. All right, that seems reasonable. We've got a service unit, we have a caddy file. We're gonna need that to be a bit different. Phoenix host. What is going on here? Replace this with output from blah, 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 gen secret. I've got to do some GPG things here. Okay, I have to be careful not to expose secrets right now. Let's pop this down here. See my history for GPG things. What have I done? Have I encrypted anything? I don't think so. GPG batch? No, that's not it. You're back. Where did you go? Okay, I forget how to encrypt stuff. Okay. Let's just get codec back here and say, I think we want the Phoenix secret to be encrypted with my GPG key. I forget how to do this. Encrypt some random bytes from OpenSSL. I don't need to know what the secret is. It can do it. Don't let AI handle security. It's not really handling the security. It's just doing my bidding. I don't need to ever see the secret. You know what I mean? And if it prints it here, that's fine. I'll just do another one. The local keyring currently has no public encryption keys. The existing pillar was encrypted to this key. Check in the repo. How? Hold on a second. Did I delete my keys? Impossible, because the private key is definitely on the server. Show keys. No valid encryption key. Proton mail. Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. I know where it is. Okay. Yeah, I found it. Okay, I know where my keys are. Where should I place them on my file system? What happened? Why is Sensei a masochist? I used to paste my keys into Gemini all the time. Have they been abused? No, I mean on this system so that you can run. What does it think? What does it think I'm trying to do here? I'm 13 and this is deep. None of them have been compromised? Fair enough. Okay. Well, I have to do the sneaky now. Do you know what? Just gonna make a new window down here. Sneaky, sneaky. Gonna ignore chat for a little bit. I'm gonna create some stuff. Why do I have to do this? Prefer importing rather than manually copying keyring files. Place them into blah, blah, blah. Do not place. Afterwards, I can access them through ordinary GPT commands. Right. Okay, I got my public key. Now I need my private key. Be very careful not to paste it in the chat. Then we're going to do some import commands. Oh, I have a password on my private key. Okay. All right. I didn't expose anything, right? There's no way anyone saw. You didn't see nothing. Okay, cool. I have imported the keys. Use the P key stream infra deployment. Some random bytes. Well, actually, you know what? I can figure this out. I have a brain. Let's see. Encrypt. We need to select the key to use. Let's just go blah and see what happens. Did not specify a user ID. Fingerprint? No. Make a signature, encrypt data. Symmetric? No, it's not symmetric. List the keys. Default key. Use name as the default secret key. Bro, why are you posting your SSH private key in the chat? Let's say this. Test. Current recipients. Do I need a recipient? What? Okay. It's a honeypot. Where's your SSH server though? Oh, I just need the fingerprint? Full fingerprint. Full fingerprint? Okay. Is that the fingerprint? No. List keys, -- fingerprint. Recipient. Oh, I get it. It is not certain that the key belongs to the person named in the user ID. If you really know what you're doing, there is no assurance this key belongs to the named user. Yeah, do it anyway. Oh, okay, that's fine. Secret, and then we want secret. Say yes, and let's then decrypt it. No, I don't want to do that. I want to cat the encrypted blob. Yeah, that just looks like the random hex. Do another one. Let's see. Armor, encrypt, recipient, output. I need to give it an output. -- output, secret encrypted, and then armor, and then this, and then say yes, and then cat secret encrypted. Okay, we got a message. Cool. So we're gonna do secret. Grab all this. Go to the pillar. Go to here. Gonna put this message here. And we're gonna do key base equals this. Now how's this working? What's this one? Stream infra. Okay. Let's just close that for now. I need 2 windows here. Using bcrypt is way easier. The problem, the reason why I'm using GPG is because SaltStack will take these messages that are encrypted, and it's got a key. There's a key on the server, and it's going to decrypt them before. But it uses GPG. It doesn't use bcrypt. Killer. Killer here. Hello, my good sir. Were you fired for being white? You did infinite. What's going on, dude? Just tell us what's going on and we can help you. Why PGP and no PSP? I don't know what PSP is. PlayStation? Portable PlayStation? So what do you think, env? Which Linux OS is this? Pop OS. So I need this to be a bit different. Okay. Moving this. Moving that. Opening codecs. I've added an encrypted pillar for the key secret key base. See what it does. Power supply pin. Bro is being productive. Yeah. Trying. How's the stream health? It says my stream is excellent. Interesting. APAC. What do you what about APAC? Why does it have secret.gpg in here? What the hell is this file? I'm not looking at it. That's fine. Contents, app environment, and then app keybase. Okay. That's cool. Add salt states. I'm pretty sure we're good. Something thing. Deploy.pcrockets.dev. Got the key there. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, then we can go back to stream infra. And we can tell codecs that sockety thing now has a salt state that we can add to the Phoenix server. Sockety thing. Crazy how long this stuff takes sometimes. Phoenix stack is already split into its own namespace, correct. I think in here we are done. So what do we have? We have created a static binary of the Elixir app with Burrito. We've put some salt states in that repo. So now in here, we've got the static binary, which is 16 megs. We've got our salt states in here. The next thing is just getting the instance created. Why am I using salt? You thought it's the most hated config management tool. Really? Who hates it? I've never heard anything like that. I haven't really heard hate for any configuration management tool. Okay. You never heard anyone hate JavaScript? Bullshit. There's no way. You've never heard someone hate JavaScript? Blatant lies. I will not stand for these blatant lies. Phoenix State Repositories, web server, sockety thing. It doesn't need this web server thing. This is nothing. It's nothing. Where are the states for... Okay, that's good. Let's correct that with TypeScript. You've never heard anyone hate TypeScript? That's fair. I think TypeScript is well liked, but the reason why I think people like TypeScript so much is because in comparison to JavaScript, TypeScript is good. That's why. That's what I think. Reason for learning this? For me, it's like an easy step into the door of Elixir. Even though most of this is not Elixir specific. Angular or React? Neither. I don't like JavaScript. Why is this? So root config. That's fine. Okay. We have a bunch of stuff happening here. Okay. Explain the Golang changes currently staged in ASD ST100. The only reason I can think so far to not like JavaScript is because of the security issues with how it enables so much BS to happen. I don't know. I don't know about security issues. Are cloud engineers safe from AI? Yep. What harness and editor are these? On the left hand, I've got Codex. On the right hand, it's NeoVim. Do I suggest to learn Rust or Go? Both, preferably, but what are you trying to do? The stage Go changes let Pulumi Stack create multiple servers. The program needs new server setting. For each namespace, the program loads the server configuration, creates one VPC. An empty namespace uses the root stack config. The namespace also changes the default resource prefix. It now ignores changes to user data. A later cloud config change does not replace or update an existing instance. That seems fine. Actually, that doesn't seem that fine. If I change the user data, I'm pretty sure I want a new instance. But in this case, no. Okay. Well, the IP is staying the same. So that's cool. It's just changing the outputs. Ah, and we're only creating new stuff. Yeah, okay, this is good. 9 gluten tag. You idiot. All right, I think I can go ahead and create this then. 5 new things to create. We're not affecting any of the things. So if the stream goes down, then something broke. Now let's go ahead and let me just confirm something else. Cool. Does the Phoenix server hit a dynamic DNS hook? And if so, what domain? Go drink your coffee. Do I still code manually? It's been a while. All right, I think we're good. We're good to go here. How interested am I in local AI? Weren't you here for my streams on that? Or did you not pop in on those ones? How am I learning Elixir? By building something, pretty much. You're 25 and you already fell 2 behind. You've got a lot of time. Put your head down and study hard. Got heaps of time. Let me see. So developer tools, can't establish connection. That's fine. I'm assuming at some point, though, I will be able to establish the connection. You didn't see some of my streams. You didn't want to keep arguing with people in my chat. You like this header, this one? Made with JavaScript, funnily enough. Why am I learning Elixir? You know, I've been asked that so many times. I would return a question back to you. Why not learn it? Why not learn Elixir? I have started my journey to learn maths and AI. You're 25. You're a beginner. How do I position yourself for future success in development and engineering? Well, maths and AI, I guess. I mean, maths is a pretty good foundation. Future success. See, the thing is that in the professional world, it's not really about how good you are technically in the majority of places. It's more like, how do I say this? You need to be technically good enough, but what's more important is that you find points of leverage that allow you to deliver way more value than the effort that you're putting in. So is it still printing out that it can't connect? Or did it actually connect? Connection to thing was interrupted while the page was loading. Can't establish. You appreciate my videos? Thank you very much. Let's see. So we have stuff kind of going. We've got an SSL error. Oh, and now we don't have an SSL error. That's interesting. We have a 200 from Caddy. Cool. If I refresh this, I refresh this one. I don't see any connection errors, but I also don't see cookie pref has been rejected. Probably don't care about that. Do we have any WebSockets? I don't see any WebSockets. The URLs are not filtered. Hold on, there was one. I saw one WebSocket try to connect. What happened to it? Where did it go? Okay, let's check. Go back here. The last commit tried to add presence by connecting to deploy.vsarcus.dev using the Phoenix JS SDK, mirroring the behavior from, what was it? Sockety thing app.js to show cursors for each connected client. Confirm. Have I heard of Arch, by the way? No. Omarchy is better than Pop! OS, by the way. I disagree. I tried Omarchy, I didn't like it. I tried Cashy OS. I did like that one. I currently have a mini PC with Cashy OS, but I haven't found a use for it. Should a beginner use AI coding tools while learning, or should I manually do coding and everything in the learning phase? You should watch my video on worked examples and then expand on that idea. Use AI to learn, not in place of your learning. You're looking forward to a Vasilios and the Primogen collab. That would be cool. Do you guys think that if I send the Primogen or TJ a message, that they would want to do something? Who thinks that? He will respond 100%. What makes you so confident? Let's post a poll. Start poll. You finally caught my live. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Because you aren't a nobody, you built up a following and you know a thing or two. Come on, easy. What do you think he would want to talk to me about exactly? I have to do one of the ads with him. I love his ads. I love their ads, actually. The merge cop. It's so good. What's my take on NixOS? I've never tried it. I love the dude they pick on. I forget his name. Trash Dev? They pick on Trash Dev. Atlassian recently hired fresher software engineers from India. I'm sure they are doing that. They recently, yeah, uh, they're still hiring. He yaps so much, and you have so much to yap about. Really, I feel like I'm slow conversationally compared to the Primogen. So he'd be just like lightning fast, just talking, and I feel like I'd be slowing the conversation down a little. Maybe that's a good thing. Definitely your experience in the industry, some other side topics related to what you guys already know. A really smart dude with glasses. He's your spirit animal. Do I like Tim Tams? Tim Tams used to be better. Unfortunately, they're not so great these days. How old am I? 30, mid 30s. Why did they even lay you off if they're hiring juniors? It was random. And it was because they wanted to, what do you call it? Reinvest in AI. Hmm. What OpenAI price model? I'm on ChatGPT Pro. I went through the whole internship interview pipeline to be denied right at the end. Damn. 93% of you have said yes to this poll. I can't I can't even read it. What UX is this? Where is my poll? Why can't I see the no? YouTube? Oh, okay. I click on it. I just click on it. All right. 6% said no. I'm so confused. Like I haven't asked, I haven't sent them anything because I didn't think that they would. But, you know, that's crazy. All right. I'll send him a message. When did I start my engineering journey? I guess in my early 20s. Appreciate your content. You're leaving now? All right, see ya. You're a humble fella, but I don't know. You seem to remind me of myself sometimes. You don't realize what others think of you. I absolutely do not realize what others think of me. Is Elixir better than Rust? I think that they are good for different use cases. It's one of my biggest frustrations is that I have no idea how I am perceived. Do you think it's good because it keeps me on Earth? See, that statement in itself implies that if I really knew how I was perceived, that I would have a bigger ego. This, you know what I mean? Like people say this stuff, it's like a hint, but I remain blind. So, what's your interview with NeetCode? Wanted to ask, why do you think companies so obsessed with Kubernetes? That's a good question. I don't know why they. Why are they so obsessed with Kubernetes? Let's see. DNS works. The WebSocket works, but the Phoenix socket must return 101. The result is identical for other origins, so it's not currently an origin policy rejection. The socket path, even a non-existent path, all return the same empty. The client never joins the channel. Now, why would that be the case? Huh. Maybe I wouldn't. That's implying you'd have an ego. It's assumptions. What would you suggest is a better career option? Tech content creation or looking for full-time role? Well, it depends on how good you are at content creation. You might have more success there if you're really, really good at it. I just got here from the Atlassian laid off video. Amazing content, Chief. Thank you. If you can land an interview with Neat Code, you can with Prime. Interesting. Interesting perspective. You will tell me how some people perceive me. Super senior software engineer who created several things from scratch that serve the backbone of the internet for some areas. That is accurate. Maybe company rivals are doing the same and everyone doesn't want to miss out. So, how I feel, it's been real interesting, you know. It's been interesting with the response to my video. Lots of people thinking that I'm like really good. I don't have an anchor to reality for this because it's all relative. Because someone might have less experience than me and they see me speak on something and then they think I'm really really senior or something like that. And for them it's true because on a relative scale they are like less experienced or whatever. But then someone else who's more experienced might think, "Oh, this guy's still an amateur." So which one's correct? I find it impossible to reason about. Especially, by the way, when I try to apply at lots of uh, big tech places, and I'm not shy about saying which ones I applied to. Lots of people reached out to me. For example, Canva, Google, the Trade Desk, Apple, Anduril, OpenAI, Tesla, and more. And newsflash, I don't have a job in any of those places. So put two and two together. You found an OAuth redirect bug while hunting them. Cool. Why did I take Google? Who says I took Google? What do you mean? Is Elixir a good fit for agentic coding? I suppose. Doesn't seem bad for it. It's got a real fast like iteration loop, which is cool. Why didn't I take Google? They didn't offer me anything. What harness is this? It's Codex. You're an Erlang fan. I haven't looked at Erlang specifically, but I do understand that Elixir runs on top of Erlang. You think I'm capable of doing my own thing with the knowledge I have? 8 years, hands-on experience. You're basically the equivalent to someone that can build a whole house. Just need the material. I could... That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting if I did something like that was based on the work that I've done. Like, let's say consulting for Envoy-based deployments or something like that. That'd be kind of interesting and cool. You love how I read each message in third person. It's not third person. I'm like validating what you said. Have I considered other harnesses? Yes, I have. Have I made open source contributions? Not to those projects, no. Why didn't I take a job at those companies? None of them offered me a job. If you set the pace for Atlassian's backend, what's stopping you from doing that for the whole industry? I'm not sure if I could set the pace for the industry. That seems massive. It seems like quite a big undertaking. And I think setting the pace for the industry, it really requires research and innovation. So it's like taking what's currently happening and just bringing a paradigm shift. Is it the same Elixir like Clash of Clans has? I don't know. I don't know anything about that that game. Is technical depth a good thing anymore? Why would you think it's not? How to start game dev? I don't know. Probably after this stuff, I will try game dev myself. The idea that I wanted to do for game dev was I wanted to learn the Bevy engine. Try to make maybe a factory game or something like that. Do I read? What am I reading currently? The last book that I was reading is The Science of, what was it? The Science of Engineering? The Science of Engineering? The Art of Doing Science and Engineering. Yeah. This one. Connection interrupted. Okay. Bevy is super terse, but if you have the time, it's amazing. E-bit engine with Go. It targets the Switch. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I feel like if you make a good game on the Switch, that it could be quite profitable. Because there's a lot of, let's just say there's a lot of trash on the Switch, and I think there is a gap in Switch games, in the market for Switch games. I think there's a gap. Now, what's this trying to do? So we've got handle, hooks, reverse proxy. I don't think... Do I want to send a webhook? Maybe. Doing leak code exercises over and over is a good way to hone the skills. Yeah, I should get back into that. Vass, if I had $1 million, I would contract you to build the containerization platform for my agentic systems. Tell me more. Factory game. Yeah, I feel like if you make a decent game, like a just a decent game that's just fun, especially if it's like couch co-op, and you sell it for $20 on the Switch, I feel like people pay more on the Switch. And oh, I wonder how much of a cut Nintendo takes. They probably take a big cut, don't they? How to set up secure container clusters from the ground up. Hmm. Isn't that just kind of Kubernetes? How is that different from Kubernetes? Is my question. Okay, diagnosis confirmed the primary failure is an invalid combined caddy configuration. It declares that for hooks, but then it declares it again. Let me see this. The stream infra. Testing those blocks together. Ambiguous site definition. So it can't reload the proxy. Requests not matching. Let me see. Are you telling me that this works? Oh, but then socket doesn't. It just says 200. Right, okay. What would you do differently if you started coding from the beginning? From the beginning, I'd probably start with something other than Python. I would start with C. Which applications are built with Elixir? Have you heard of something called WhatsApp? You may have heard of it. Or is that on Erlang? Erlang, Elixir? Either way, it's on Beam. Two further issues remain after fixing caddy. Phoenix defaults to check origin to true. Its configured host is that, while browser connections originate from that. Phoenix will therefore reject the WebSocket. Fix it all. It uses Erlang? Damn, so close. Why C? Doesn't it depend heavily on what the goal of the person learning? But the thing with learning coding and programming is that you learn like the language is irrelevant. You're providing instructions to the computer to do what you want, right? So pick a language that is going to teach you what the instructions are actually doing. And then when you switch to a different language, you'll have a better understanding and a better foundation. 10 Erlang engineers. Isn't it crazy how like less, that few amount or that small amount of engineers created an app that serves billions of users. Check origin, that's fine. Host. Deploy hooks. Deploy hooks. Post deploy hooks. No, we don't have deploy hooks. Oh. Okay. I see the problem. I tried to use deploy.this when really that's already used by the webhooks on GitHub. I need to create a new domain. I'll go make Phoenix or presence.vexprogress.dev. It'll accept the same password for updating the Dyn DNS. VMTix. Is that awk? Am I right? Is that awk? No, it's not awk, is it? No, I'm wrong. The interrupted edit applied nothing. Okay. I'm going to have to go and visit my name registrar. Apparently I have to enter a verification code. I think we're almost there. We're getting very close. And then once it's ready, I will direct you all to visit the site. And we'll all see our cursors flying around like crazy. So I need to add a record, dynamic DNS. It's going to be presence. It's going to be a bunch of octets. Okay. I've created the Dyn DNS record with placeholder of 111. Discord and Pinterest are made in Elixir? Are they? Do I prefer creating content more or doing a job 9 to 5? I like both. You landed your first job as an AI developer at SAP. Any advice for juniors starting out? How are they treating you so far? What have they got you doing? Now, the interesting thing here is going to be what is the is it going to deploy my changes, I wonder? I think it should. Okay, it wants to check the Pulumi stack. Why does it want to check Pulumi though? Have you all seen this tool? Dry Dock. Have you seen this tool? Discord is written in Rust. Stack output. What's it saying here? Confirm the thing and deployment state. Local validation passes. Okay. Show where config and cache live, or write a starter config. Init. Okay, sweet. Now, I'll run this. Oh, it's too big. I can't read it. Okay, that's better. What's my take on Zig? I haven't used it. And from what I've heard, I probably wouldn't like it very much. You're joining next month. Oh, okay. Well, advice before you join, try to make contact with people that you're going to work on and ask them if there are any particular topics that you should study before you join. Okay. One more DNS conflict. There are 2 servers existing. Presence deploy. Okay. I guess I'll add that too. Kind of annoying. What was it? Presence deploy. Sure, I've also added presence deploy. It's so annoying. The way I've set up this deployment is not great. Your brother works in Atlassian as Rovo AI engineer. Cool. So where are we? Inspect the live Phoenix server over SSH. Oh, SSH is not going to work. I don't think we have SSH access. Hello, Haas. Okay, those are cool. That's fine. What is it doing right now? What theme am I using for my NeoVim? Or what? Am I considering moving to HFT? I would like to. GitHub publishing skill, because bringing up the replacement node depends on intentionally committing and publishing only the deployment ready socket thing changes. Without including the existing secret GPG. What is this secret GPG file? I don't know what that is. I have no idea what secret.gbg is. I think it can be deleted. I have my GPG keys elsewhere. The reliable recovery path is to reprovision the stateless Phoenix. Yes, we should use Pulumi to reprovision. But first, I think I need to... Do I need to add a new release? No. Work-life balance a consideration? I already like work a lot, so I'd just be swapping one for the other. It's not a big deal. Save yourself from vibe coding by not having vibes and just finding a solution. Indeed. Delete the obsolete thing. Verify auth. Yeah. Okay, so what is it doing with this? Git add. Is the caddy file in order? It does come a point where you do need to know what the solution is called to get it. Yes, correct. Connect presence client to dedicated host. Now why why is it, what is it doing in here? What has it changed? Oh, of course, yes. That's correct. And then stream infra, do we have some stuff happening in here? No. My branch is ahead by 1. It's now pushing that. We don't really need to push the stream infra branch though. We just run Pulumi in there. Git tag. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go look at that. It won't add a release though, but it has kicked off the build. But it won't have a release to add it to, I think. Let's see if it overwrites this one. And while I wait for that, I am going to grab a little drink. Okay. Where is my face? There is my face. Did it overwrite the release? It doesn't look like it did. It's still running though. SRE on call has sent a 5, is that Canadian dollars? 5 Canadian dollars? You really liked my DevOps video? Do I mind if you share some open source things that you're working on that can help with dev flow? Sure, why not? Monopoly money. Nice. What is this trying to do? It's trying to run a... May I monitor the GitHub actions? Yeah, why not? Monitor the actions. Okay, so that's run and it has, created a new release. Nice. Pulumi stack, show the URNs. Yes. Would Gemini have been able to do this? Is the question. I know everyone's going to say no. The first part? May I now replace only the approved Phoenix server? Yes. Would Gemini have been able to do this whole thing? It's basically Codex has gone through and it is like it's worked across the 3 repos. It's made the changes to fix after I made some DNS records. And then it did like the git tags and it was watching the GitHub actions running, and now it is replacing the instance using Pulumi. So it's doing all the right things. Am I a descendant of a Greek god? Maybe not a god, but I'm a descendant of a Greek. I would think Gemini would give it the best it could do. Yeah, well, the thing is, I guess we'll never know because I'm not exactly going to go back in time and try, try to solve the same problem, but with Gemini. It's not as thorough. It's not fair to put it against Sol. Fair. So right now the Pulumi is replacing the instance. What's it doing here? Deploy IP, presence IP. Oh, cool. It's waiting for the dynamic DNS records to be updated. It's probably going to have to do more attempts than 10, I would think. I don't think it's going to be that quick. We'll see, though. We have to use it because it's the enterprise one we have. Oh. Are you at Google or somewhere else? And they've decided to buy into the Gemini Enterprise or something. If I had to decide daily driver for agentic work, OpenAI or Anthropic, I would choose OpenAI because I don't like Anthropic as a company. Yeah, as I suspected, 10 attempts was not enough. Okay, one of them is now updated. It wants to continue its monitoring task. What'd you miss? I don't know. It is late here. I really want to wrap this up, but I also feel like I'm very close to getting this working. Okay, so now it's checking, probably checking if it's got SSL or something like that. Let me see this. Where is my curl? Okay, we got a 200 there. What was it? Like socket, WebSocket? No. Live? Live? No. Why is there like no content? Something feels wrong. Oh, wrong name. Whoops. Curl failed. Legitimacy, blah, blah, blah. Curl failed to verify the legitimacy. Oh, that's fine. Why don't I stream earlier? Yeah, I've got a day job at the moment. I've thought about streaming in the earlier hours of the day because that's when Americans are online, I think. Like maybe 7 or 8 a.m. Sydney time would be a reasonable time in America, perhaps. Not sure. Oh, so the DNS hasn't updated yet. Looks like this is still maybe the cloud instance failed in some way. I should probably check this. Let me just go quickly check. Console. I have to log in again. It's 10:30 a.m. in East Coast. Oh. Cool. Okay, so we have two. We've got one here. Is it doing this the right IP? Yes, it's got the correct IP address. Let me just jump on here and see what the hell's going on. My DNS seems like cooked. Yeah. It's got a, okay, it says failed. Something failed. Reconcile application state, blah, blah, blah. Guess I should maybe look at what happened. But I've got to do a sneaky logon right here. This text, oh yeah, that's better. I'm checking SSH. Where is it? This guy. So what was it? Caddy. Certificate obtained. So what have we got in here? This is going to be a pain to read through. Let's see. Cloud init. What happened? What went wrong? It doesn't look like anything went right in here. So we created a few systemd units, one of which is the dynamic DNS timer, and then we have deployment reconcile. Okay. So I'm going to look at Update DDNS. It says that it updated them. Okay, I believe it. And then we have deployment reconcile. Yeah, that's a problem. The issue is with the salt. Was it a state or base sockety thing? How do I get a screen? Okay, cosmic screenshot. We need this. Capture. Found the issue. Image. What'd I miss? Did I work on projects like PyTorch? No. Am I using Cloudflare? Not at the moment. Any cool papers I would recommend to implement? Not. I can't think of any at the moment. Fast doesn't like me that much? Why do you say that? You missed a stream. Can I stream for another 3 hours? No way. Hello to the Greeks who have entered the chat. Pay attention because you're getting free education on troubleshooting. True. True-ish. Oh, are you kidding me? Is that why? Oh, this is going to be annoying. Look at this. This is what was missing. So it's not... The problem is that it wasn't decrypting the thingy. So if I jump on there right now, let me see this. If I jump on there, I should be able to see... Oh yeah, it wouldn't have put down any of the files because basically it just didn't decrypt anything. All right, cool. Well, I'll log out of there. Now it's going to, what's it doing? Monitor, did it add the tag? It added the tag. Now it's going to watch the release. Well, that's annoying because that probably cost like 20, 30 minutes. Let me stream for you. I promise it will be educational. You stream. Stream separately from me. Why can't you stream? Don't forget your message. What happened? What did I miss? Which one did I miss? If you built in that canvas, you could host classes for all of us on the canvas. The canvas thing you built? I will have to take a look. Use an SDK. Use the SDK to make a streaming window. Your message again. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the message. Second one is for Mac like an IDE but agent orchestration. Mac like an IDE but agent orchestration. Interesting. I need another window, and I need... Okay, that's fine. So it is checking that the DNS is doing stuff. Wait. Will the reconcile unit actually run? Given it failed once already? I think it should. Let me see this. Because I think we create deployment webhook service, which does deployment, this script here. Normally, yes, each attempted release webhook creates a fresh pending marker, and the deployment reconcile path starts the one-shot service again. Cool. Have I tried Rust Rover? No, I haven't used any JetBrains products for a while. The fresh release did not re-trigger reconciliation, so the unit is likely rate limited. I gotta log in again. Must I log in again? Did I type root? Yes. Uh-oh. What did I do? All right. We log in again. Let's see. Where does it download this stuff? Lib. Salt? No. .404. I see 404s on the deployment notebook log. Rust is great for backend. I would say yes, it is. Inspect the webhook URL and delivery status to verify whether release is target. Sure, why not? We should probably just reprovision again via Lemme. To get a clean instance. You've been using Fast API for a while? Yeah, Fast API is cool. I don't like building services in Python anymore, though. If I could, I would just use Rust and Golang. Probably Rust, mostly, but... What's this saying? Create the missing release webhook. Yeah? Tory apps are great for front end. Nice. Nix? No, I've never had an interest. The webhook creation didn't occur. The Pulumi CLI rejected the secret flag. Okay. Patch. It's removing the processing path. Hmm. Starting to annoy me a little bit, this thing. Rust is fast and safe, blah, blah, blah. Tori is lightweight. It's like a match made in heaven. Interesting. Am I cool with no coding anymore? It depends. I guess it depends how patient I want to be and how high quality I want the outcome. You can hear that I'm tired. I am tired, but I want to do this thing. I feel like I'm so close to getting it working. It's just these stupid deployment issues. Okay, instance is dead. This thing should be gone now. Okay. You were awake till 3 a.m. last night, setting up Assetto Corsa. What's that? Is that racing? Yeah, I thought so. Oh, look. I've eaten tons of my bandwidth, I think. Have I? Oh, no, I haven't. Cool. Should you learn Go or focus on Python? The more, the merrier. Ten minutes ago, this was released. So we should have a new release here. Yes, we do. Oh, it's still booting. Failed to start Cloud Init. Why? Failed to start reconcile application. Why? It doesn't have the thing. What? Why? Failure when attempting to install packages. That's crazy. So then varlib cloud, wait, instance? Varlib cloud instance. Oh. I need to cloud final? Yeah, I need to restart this one, I think. Programmatic versus declarative infrastructure. I think declarative. You thought you were in the Discord, but you are not. Go to my channel. My Discord's on my channel. Failed. Like, let's see. Why did this fail? Cloud init data source. Why did this fail? Status error. Can I just run cloud init again? Surely I can, right? Cloud init clean. And then cloud init init. Okay, cool. Did it install the packages I need though? Used fallback data source. What the hell is going on here? Is it running? Okay, cloud init is now done. Finished cloud init. Cool. Does that mean that this is kicked off? No. Do we have... We don't have stuff installed. How do I rerun the user data script? Run. Is that a thing? Cloud. Okay. Cloud init clean the logs and then reboot. For real? Oh, that's annoying. Why YouTube instead of Twitch? I actually tried to stream to both today, but it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. Unfortunately. Let's see. Is it doing stuff now? Yep, it's downloading packages. Very good. I tell you what, the state of of streaming to different platforms sucks. On YouTube, you've got to go into the studio and you've got to create a broadcast. Oh no, what's going wrong here now? Failed to start Cloud Init final stage. But why? This is so obnoxious. Why am I having so much difficulty deploying this thing? Okay. DNS is correct. That's cool. Let's see if Caddy is correct. Started Caddy, serving initial config, blah blah blah. Seems okay. Caddy. Create the missing production release hook. Sure, why not? Yeah, the instance is running Ubuntu. Okay, we have that. But we don't have. What is the service even called? Like Phoenix? No. No. What do we have? Too much stuff there. No, it's Ubuntu. It is Ubuntu. Failed to run module scripts user. Cloud init, blah blah blah. From there, failed. CC scripts user. I do not see where in this file it ran the stuff that it's supposed to run. Oh, okay. Well, this is promising. Failed to connect to Phoenix. Okay. Phoenix is running. And we have some gets coming in. And we've got someone joining the presence channel. So it actually looks like it is working right now. I think it's actually working. Yeah. Stuff's coming in. Now, if I go and check my website, does it? Oh, it works. It works. All right. Someone visit. Someone go here. I want to see if it works. Error could not. Oh, I see someone's cursor. Oh, this is cool. Nice. Wouldn't that be? Yeah, it would be cool. See, so the thing is, if it's everyone's getting a random ID, but if we had like a login or something like that, then maybe you could put like little names above. That's pretty cool, huh? Oh, so it kind of just like it doesn't it's not if you scroll, it just keeps them in that position. So it's kind of like that's interesting. So I wonder how you would make it so that the position is just anywhere on the page. That'd be interesting. But cool. All right. That's good. We've made some good progress. The deployment is a bit gnarly, but also going to a different page makes it disappear. Well, like, what if I go to a specific blog post? Or what if I go to my blog page? If someone follows me to the blog page, do they show up? Or is it only on the main page? Oh, okay, someone's here. All right. So then if I go to the TLB page, so there's different rooms. So depending on where you are on the site, you will only, yeah, there you go. So we could play hide and seek where someone just hides on cool. Yeah, all right. That's very exciting. Very, very exciting. I'm thinking, what can I do with this? I'm thinking like it would be cool to have like real simple authentication or at least like names. You put in your name or something like that. And also making it so that like people can position themselves somewhere on the page rather than just like an XY coordinate on the whole canvas. Do you know what I mean? That'd be interesting. I don't know how you would do that, but you wonder how many users before it gets annoying. I wonder how many users before it crashes. Isn't user content almost always a bad idea for a portfolio page? Yeah, but I'm just testing something out here. It's not going to be permanent. I don't. I don't intend to keep this on my static blog. Play what? Playwright. Can you do a cursor with Playwright? You can, right? Cursor movements and whatnot. All right, so that's really cool. But it is time. It is that time. It's 1 a.m. exactly. And I have to be a responsible adult and get up. And well, tomorrow's Saturday, but I am going early in the morning to some markets to get some nice food and whatnot. So thank you all for being here. It has been really fun. Thank you once again to B Diddy for the 10 memberships. Thank you to SRE On Call for the Monopoly money. And we're going to continue. I think trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. I'll have a think what I want to do with this server, and we'll do something cooler in the next one. But for now, see you later.